Terry Griffiths and John Virgo. What an afternoon it's already been, guys.
Yes, I think as you said, Hazel, very emotional seeing Stephen come out like that, and well, as Rob Walker said, these are two players who've still got plenty of snooker left in them, and what an afternoon of snooker this could be. Big session this, particularly you feel for Ronnie. Whenever you start a session 2 frames behind, it's imperative you get a good start. But as we've said and seen so many times with Neil Robertson, he is now absolutely the real deal. Great potter, safety play, break building, he's got it all.
Yes, in my opinion, the best match player we've got on the circuit at the moment. And John Higgins is still up there, but he hasn't played so well this year. Neil seems to be threatening most tournaments. Winning the Masters this year, of course, he done well in the PTC events.
Got to be a little bit careful with this one. Could possibly leave a red to the middle pocket. But he feels that nestling into them like that, Neil will be hampered, so he won't take on the red that's in the open. It's a calculated risk.
So Neil Robertson is comfortable at the moment, 5-3 in front, and I felt yesterday that though Ronnie O'Sullivan played a lot of good safety, Neil is a little bit more comfortable in that type of game than Ronnie. Because when Ronnie gets in amongst the balls, well, he's a bit stronger at that type of game than Neil Robertson. It was a good matchup.
You'll be disappointed there, Neil, to have caught the brown, full in the face. Easy return now for Ronnie. When you leave these players with their hand on the table, you can expect to be in a little bit of bother when you come back. And that could be the case here. Is there a path back to balk?
Thank you, Neil.
Neil Robertson doesn't seem to look disturbed, whether he's on the table or sitting in his seat. He's got that sort of ears about him, and you see Hawkeye shown here, there's very little option there unless he swerves around something. Not sure if the middle pocket's just about in his way to play this single red on the right hand side of the table. So he's given this shot plenty of thought, just coming up to 1 minute. So he's chosen to swerve around the green to catch this red thin. There's danger in this one.
Foul. Ronnie O'Sullivan 4.
Well, I suppose in a way better to go in the pocket than rattle in the jaws and stay at this end. But swerving it like that, he was always going to bring balls into play. Test of the cueing of Ronnie here. The black's not available. Doesn't appear the pink is, so he's got to go back up the table for the blue, you would feel. And struck that absolutely beautifully. An inch perfect on the blue.
His long potting has certainly improved since we've seen a different type of Ronnie. He seems to be enjoying his snooker more, and with that come his long potting. It was really hurting him at one time for a few years. He was going down to long pots more or less knowing he was going to miss them, and that's a tough place to be for such a great player.
Seven.
Yes, and if your long potting is just off, basically you're relying on mistakes from your opponent and sometimes missing when they're in, which Neil Robertson did a couple of times yesterday.
12.
I'm sure Ronnie would like to get a head of steam on here and keep Neil in his seat as long as possible. Don't know whether the black may just be available. I think the pink may be on. He's just got to be careful he doesn't run into this second red that's near the top cushion here.
Thanks.
Well, he's played for
13.
the black. And he's played it beautifully. Made that look easy. It was anything but. Little cannon on the red now to the right of the black. And that now clears the black for both corners.
20. 21.
He sees everything so quickly. He sees the little cannon, he's playing a few shots in front and picks up the potting angles very quickly. Of course, when he's at full speed, it can be very disruptive for his opponent because the frame's over in the blink of an eye. Slightly out of position here, though. I'm going to play for something in the centre pocket.
Yeah, maybe
28.
not the best, but he can just cue past the black. Red onto the left middle, or one to the right middle.
$29. $36.
A little shake of the head there from Ronnie. He wanted to be straight on this red so he could run through for the black. Got to be careful now with position.
37.
Well, he's on the black, but not perfect. Running into them and just caught the wrong
44.
red there, so just a safety.
Ronnie O'Sullivan. 44.
But as long as you pop the ball on, you get to play the next shot, and that's a pretty decent safety. You'd like to have had the cue ball tight against the port cushion, but here was the pot, and he just caught the red immediately above the black, and then not full enough. And that's why he ran out of position. Neil Robertson having a look at the possibility of making a plant here. I don't think he can get through to it. Maybe he's just worried about leaving it. Well, can he? I didn't think he could get through to it. Well, if he doesn't leave this red, he's been fortunate. He's left it.
Beautiful shot. Just stroked it in off two cushions, perfect on the black. It's Ronnie O'Sullivan's second chance in this first frame.
8.
We're looking to close it out at this visit.
9.
And this time, inch perfect on the red. 64
16.
points the lead. Just needs
17.
one more red after this black. Just to go 73 points in front with just 67 remaining.
25. $30. 31. 38. 39. 46. 47.
A little unlucky. Wait,
Foul.
it was a foul. Yeah. Got to wait for the black to go on the spot. But the frame was over, and Neil Robertson stays in his seat and concedes, and that was just the start that Ronnie O'Sullivan was looking for. Quick fire potting, played well.
And we're suddenly enjoying our little tea break. They nearly caught me out with a bit of cake, actually, as we come back after the first frame. Yes, that's better. And that's better from Ronnie's perspective as well, because it was a difficult end to the previous session for him.
It was indeed. I mean, he should have been 4-4 for all the world. That's the blue in the centre pocket, which he'd be kicking himself about. So, very important that he gets a good start. One or two people have been saying to me, were they a little bit worried about him yesterday? Banged the cue down with the rest. But he's not a robot. He's got to have some emotion about him. But the opening session, a few frames today, will be very important.
What do you make of what happened yesterday and the context that therefore puts on this afternoon session, Steve?
I mean, it was incredible. He missed a red with a rest, which would have annoyed him. You seen him bang his cue. Then he missed a simple blue, just not concentrating, maybe flicked a little bit of side on. But the first frame this afternoon was huge.
And Kenny, your assessment?
I think it's an important session for O'Sullivan. He must win this session, I think, if he's to have a chance to win this match. And it's a good start for him.